Hello, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are. In today's show, we've got information about Celsius, we've got information about the Genesis trading saga, information about Circle USDC, that could be quite important, FTX, and watch till the end because at the end of this program, we're going to explain to you why crypto funds are closing down and why it is good for them and they may reopen afterwards. It's to do with incentives, but we'll give you all the information towards the end. As always, we start with the markets. As you can see, the markets has been going sideways recently. At the moment, the market cap is $969 billion. Bitcoin dominance still sitting at 40% and Ethereum at 14%. So the market basically has gone up slightly, but still we're in a bear market. So as you can see here, it's only 6%, the fear and greed, or bet bull and bear, whichever one you want to use. It's 6%, so that's very red, very bearish. That means there's a lot of fear in the market. Looking forward to some of the top performers within the last 24 hours, so the top gainers. So we've got here, with regards to the tokens actually, you've got Shiba Inu, 10% daily return, so that's quite good. That's the top gainers. But you can see here the top gainers. Rally again is still on here with as one of the top gainers, and Made Safe Coin, one of the is the worst daily return at 8.77%. And as you can see, there is definitely a lot of change from yesterday. With regards to the actual sectors, derivative sectors, the only sector that's doing quite well because that's up 0.71%. Other sectors such as yield farming, that's down, metaverse is down, gaming is down, synthetics is down, and the NFT sector as well is down. So a lot of red there in terms of the sectors, but in terms of the market as a whole, as we can see here, it's going sideways. And that's been happening last sort of 2-3 weeks. As you can see, with regards to the price movements, a lot of greens on the 7-day, a lot of greens with regards, look at that chart there, a lot of greens on the 7 days, a lot of greens on the 24 hours, but not so much in the 1 hour. But looking down here, the 7-day and the 24 hours, look, loads and loads of green. So yeah, it's been quite a good 24 hours with regards to the market. Bitcoin today is trading at $20,526 each. That's 1.89% up from yesterday, which is quite good. The TM grade 29.2, which is a sell signal. 29 is not good. It's not good. You want that up at about 70, 80. And as you can see on the chart, again, we're going through that band there, that range that we've been trading, sort of it's dropped down to, so let's say, just, we could call that 18,900 or so. So just say 19,000. It goes up to around that 22 mark, just before that 22 mark, and it's just been trading that range ever since the middle of June, and we've been in that range now for a few weeks. Everything's moving sideways. Ethereum today is $1,185 each. That's 4.12% up from yesterday, which is absolutely excellent. The TM grade is 25%. Again, as you can see there, it's on the sell, which is not a good look there. With regards to the Ethereum chart, again, it's still trading in that range. As you can see, it's been doing that again since the middle of June, bottoming out at around that 1,000 or slightly below. It did here, it went down to 900 there, 978, but around that 1,000, as you can see, going up to around that 1,250 mark ish. So it's that range, and it's just been floating in that range, as a lot of tokens have just been floating in the range. The whole market has actually just been in a range since the middle of June. So Celsius Network. Now, with Celsius Network, originally, when did we send this? We sent this out on the 25th of June. I sent this out. The vault had 509 million in locked Bitcoin, wrapped Bitcoin. The liquidation price was $13,608. So that was the situation with them on the 25th of June. And then they paid out some more, paid back their debt. So they reduced the liquidation price to 5,000, and that was on the 5th of July. So they'd been working hard, managed to get some money from somewhere, pay down the debt, reduce the level of liquidation down to 5,000. Yesterday, I did tweet that they had reduced it to 3,000 or just under 3,000 because they had again been paying off their debt. Well, today I provided a tweet saying that they've paid off all their DAI loans and they've now got back their locked Bitcoin. So they had $500 million worth of wrapped Bitcoin and they've received that back. If you look at their vault, as you can see, there's nothing there, no locked collateral, that's all been paid out. There's liquidation price 0, everything's been withdrawn. And if you just, we could take a look at the history, which shows that they withdrew everything today, July the 7th. They paid back the 41 million that was left, and they took out their 21,962 Bitcoin, wrapped Bitcoin, which is about $500 million, just under $500 million, 400 something million, if you take today's price. Now, so that means that Celsius are actually doing work and they are trying to see what they can do to actually bring back the company into a situation where their users can get their tokens back. Because do remember, they have suspended all withdrawals. So they've got a lot of customers who can't withdraw any of their tokens. They're just stuck in limbo, and there's a lot of people who are upset about that. The Cell token itself, it's down minus 4.45% at 0.86 cents each. The TM grade at 64 gives it a buy rating, and as you can see on their chart, again, they've just been floating around from, they went down to sort of 20, 27 there, 20, 22, 23, 0.23, and they've been floating around this range. They did manage to get up to about 1.57, but they've really been mostly floating around that range last couple of weeks. As you can see here, from around the 21st of June, they've been floating around this range here. So again, another token just doing sideways moves, and that seems to be generally what's happening at the moment. There's not that much volatility. Genesis Trading, well, they've come out and CEO has put out a tweet in which he admits that they had exposure to the 3 Arrows Capital situation. The reason for coming out now is because it says the bankruptcy process has commenced. So he's now able to let people know that they've got exposure against 3 Arrows Capital. He goes on to say, to talk on about how they managed to liquidate some of the assets that they held, and he goes on to say that they're effectively working with their partners so that they won't affect their customers. Now, this is interesting because 3 Arrows Capital is a partner of Celsius, of Circle. Now, Circle, they issue the USDC stablecoin. So if Genesis Global Capital has extreme exposure to 3 Arrows Capital, who we all know now are bankrupt, then it might put Genesis Global Capital, or Genesis Trading as they go by, put them into a situation. Now, if they are in a situation, how much exposure does USDC have with Genesis? So it's not transparent, so we don't really know what the exposure is, but as you can see, there might be some spillover onto Circle's USDC. It's something that we need to watch, but the CEO of Genesis Trading reckons that they've worked hard to liquidate some of the assets. They reckon that they're going to be able to survive this. So we'll wait and see, because some CEOs have come out and given such statements, and haven't been able to. Good example would be the CEO of Voyager Digital, when they came out saying that everything was fine, and then a week later they were pausing withdrawals, and a couple of days after the pausing the withdrawals, they ended up filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. So these things can change very quickly. Celsius was the same. The CEO of that, Alex Machinsky, came out about a day before stopping withdrawals, saying that they have no issue with their liquidity, everything is fine, and then the next day they pause withdrawals. So we can just take the information that he's giving here, but because there's no depth in the detail, we really don't know. So that's something that we're going to look and keep an eye on. And USDC, hopefully they don't have a lot of exposure, but as you can see from their own website here, they do clearly say that their partner is Genesis Global Capital, which is part of the Genesis Trading. So that's quite interesting, something we're going to keep looking at. Now, with regards to crypto exchanges, FTX CEO has come out to say that he has a few billion to support the industry. So a few billion, that's great to hear, but I mean, a few billion, it's a lot of money, but it means that he's just going to wait for companies that are going to effectively become bankrupt so he can pick up assets on the cheap. It's a good strategy. If he can help his company grow that way, that's no problem at all. But to say that he's supporting the industry, I'm not sure about that. It's more of a factor of making sure that he gets his, he grows his company. And let's have a look at their token. FTX, the token's up 5% to $26.71 each. And as you can see, it's been trading quite, again, within a range. This is very common at the moment. A lot of tokens have just been going sideways within a range last couple of weeks. Since the middle of June. Talking about tokens, token metrics. Token metrics in both bull and bear markets, their Genius AI uncovers the best investments by scanning over 6,000 cryptocurrencies to provide the critical information needed to find high potential coins early. They have notable customers at these firms: Coinbase, Facebook, Amazon, HP, Uber, Deloitte, Accenture, Chase. So those are very good firms that they've got notable customers at, who use token metrics. And why do they use token metrics? Because you get AI-driven ratings. They have model portfolios for 13 exchanges, which we'll have a look at. They have exclusive market indicators, automated technical analysis, portfolio tracking and trade alerts, daily written insights, and more. So you get that and more, and that's why a lot of people use it. So the model, this is an indices, it's an index allocation of the Binance exchange. So these are the model indices that we're talking about with regards to exchanges. So here, as you can see, it's a Binance exchange one, they're 25.08% up. So it's not a low cap. So all the tokens they're going to pick are going to be high cap tokens. In other words, they're not below 30 million. And we've selected the daily timeline for the horizon. And as you can see here, they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tokens in there. And it gives you how the weightings are distributed. You can then go and have a look and see when they bought. So this have all been bought today, and it tells you what they bought on there. And it shows you effectively what they had previously. That was the weightings and the tokens they had in there, and this is the current weightings and the new tokens. And you can see exactly what they bought, how much they bought it for, what they sold, and how much they received for selling the token. And it gives you a whole load of information. You can go there and you can do some analysis and have a look, and you can change it if you want it monthly, daily, weekly. You want low caps, if not. So you have a whole load of different exchanges as well. You could go through the crypto.com exchange one is returning 104%, so that's an excellent one. Even better there, you've got KuCoin 373%, The Gemini exchange, 569%. That's a fantastic returns. So you can have a look at that. You make your own decisions because this is not financial advice. They also have what's known as the ratings. So here they give it a token metrics grade, and you can see here Bitmart is at the top, which is at 87.12%. So they're very bullish on it. It has 24-hour volume of 2 million, market cap of 39 million. You can go ahead and do your research, and it gives you a whole load more. You go ahead, have a look. It has loads and loads of coins. I don't know how many, but as you can see, loads. You've got there up to table 11. So you have loads of coins, and you can have a look at them and see what you think. I tend to like looking at just coins that have a score of 80% or above, but of course you can search a coin that you like and you can see how token metrics is scoring them, and you can get all the details. You can also go into smart contract platforms, Binance smart chain ecosystem. You can break it down really until you find something that you're really looking for, something that you're passionate about. Additionally, you do get these newsletters sent out. So this is a good example, infrastructure hidden gems. And so they go through, look through projects, and when they find the projects, they then send you details about them. Typically, they'll tell you why they like it, give you information about the project. They'll then also tell you the investors, the team. If there's a token, they'll give you details about the token. As you can see, these have not yet released tokens because they're very early. And you can go through, you can do additional research. They also have an NFT cheat sheet which they send out. Now they send these ones out weekly, and as you can see over here, they say they scored over 30 NFT projects on this one. And this is the project. They've sent one which is a minted project, and they give you the details. And again, you've got a scorecard, you've got the team, utility, social media metrics, how they trading metrics are, and also you have here a pre-mint project, which means it hasn't been minted yet. Again, information. They send these out. You can have a look at them, see if you like them. It gives you all the information there. It's extremely good. Additionally, what they do send is also a token metrics navigator. It's extremely good. So they start off usually with the dollar index. Now the dollar index is important because as you know, the DXY is actually inversely correlated to Bitcoin. So usually when you have a really strong dollar index, then Bitcoin goes down. If you have a weak dollar index, Bitcoin goes up. That's usually what happens. But they give you a review of it, and they also give you then a review of Ethereum. A look at that chart, done very nicely. They give you the resistance levels and the support levels. They do the same thing for Bitcoin. So there's the Bitcoin chart. Again, resistance levels, support levels, and they also give you an overview of what they think is going to go through, is going to happen in the month, and they just keep revising this as time goes along. And yeah, so as you can see here, they reckon there's going to be a crypto rally or stability. Best time for vacation, that's between July 7th to July 15th. From there, that's an example. But as you can see, they do provide a lot of information. If you'd like to try this out, they are offering a free trial, a limited time offer. You can go there, try this out. I have a link, a partnership link, which is an affiliate link that's below in the subscriptions. If you click on that link, you will get a 40% discount. So you get a discount up to 40% on any of the plans that you choose. So if you choose the basic, the advanced, the premium, or the VIP, you will get a discount. The plans are extremely well priced, and most importantly, the token metrics platform is an extremely good platform, and we recommend it. Now, I did say I was going to go and speak about crypto funds. Why are crypto funds closing shop? Well, Empire here did a fantastic stream to, this basically, Empire have done a fantastic Twitter thread here where they go through and they explain why a lot of crypto funds are closing down. Essentially, they take a management fee of 2% on all the funds that they hold. So, for example, if they're have assets under management of 1 billion, they'll take 2%, which is 20 million in management fees for operations, paying up wages, and so forth. Additionally, and this is where their big incentive comes, is the performance fees. They take 20% of all profits earned by the fund. Now, this is quite important. So if it goes from 1 billion to 1.5 billion, the general partners, which means that the fund, the people who run the fund, they'll make 100 million, 500 million times 20%. That's their 20% performance fees, which is sometimes called a carry. Now, that is a lot of money to make, so their incentive is to make sure that the fund grows as much as possible. But then there's a little catch there. So there's something called high watermark. Now, the high watermark means, for example, if the 1 billion fund grows to 1.5 billion in 1 year, that sets a high watermark. Then in, let's say, year 2, the fund's investment drops in value to 500 million. So why is that bad news for them? Apart from the drop in value, it means that they can't make any money until the fund is above the high watermark. They can't collect their 20%. So now at a base value of 500 million, the GPs, general partners who run the fund, would need to make a 200% return to get back to 1.5 billion. But they would not be paid for that, because that's the high watermark. So that's a huge battle, and it can basically means they would have to work extremely hard to get from 500 million up to 1.5 billion, but they get nothing because that's the new high watermark. So what can you do? Well, you can just close the fund, give everybody back their money, and then you start a new fund, let's say with 500 million. And if you do that, if you then return the 200%, in other words, you get it back up to the 1.5 billion, you get it to 1.5 billion, because it's a new fund, you make 200 million from the performance fees, the 1 billion profit. So that's why when you have a downturn, a lot of funds decide to close, because they know that in order for them to make money, they'd have to bring the fund back up and then make it, so, and then anything after, using this example, they'd only make money on anything above the 1.5 billion watermark. And if you're on 500 million, it's a big ask. So why do funds, not all funds do it? Because if you did do that, then your credibility would be down to zero, and it would be very hard for you to raise funds again. Secondly, if you close your fund, there's no guarantee that you will be in a position to raise an additional fund. So those are the reasons why some funds don't do it, but so some stay open. So it's a big call for funds to stay open or close. It's something that they would need to think about a lot. So yeah, so this is the thread. I tweeted this, sent the tweet out on my Twitter. So if you did want to see this, read this in more detail to understand it a bit more, just go into my Twitter at Kenneth Omoya, and you can just find the link on there. And finally, great tweet here by the CEO of Binance, CZ. Now he says, Africa is primed for crypto adoption. 10 to 20% banked, need financial access and inclusion. Blockchain provides that with a smartphone, which is very true. There's a big market there, and blockchain and crypto will be there to try and bring in some more inclusion. And finally, please, if you like it, hit the subscribe button, and also if you could, you can follow me at Kenneth Omoya. My Twitter handle is at Kenneth Omoya, and share, like, retweet, and if you have anything that any feedback you want to give with regards to the video, and with regards to any of the content, please just leave it in the comment section, and we'll be sure to reply to that. Well, thank you, and you have a good day and take care of yourselves. Bye.